Excuse me, boys. It's coming through. Rescuing my friend. Oh my god. Ow, ow, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Ow. Thank you, Bethesda AI. Oh god. I made fun of the AI and now I'm gonna suffer for it. Oh god. Well, as long as I have these potions, I should be gravy. Well, hello. What are you in prison for, man?
Damn fool meddling priest. I wouldn't have touched you if she didn't come on to me like a hot sour bastards. Get my hands on one, I'm going to squeeze him like a pimple.
Okay.
I don't think it's a lot safer here with the ordinaries not man of me enough.
No, I didn't do it. I didn't do nothing. I was framed. I was nowhere near that place. And what would I be doing working on them silly pilgrims?
Good voice. You'll never hear it again. So let me just work this lockpick here. While the AI desperately tries to reach me. Oh, there you go. Hey, you're not the one. I'm in here for some sort of blasphemy or something. Did it all right. Gil says serve your time and keep your yaps shut. So I'm being a good boy and staying quiet. Oh, what'd you do, man? It was nothing really, just regular barracks talk. But there was a lady present, and this Reverend Lord got up on his hind legs and was gonna slip me like a sturgeon. Better this way, damn sight better. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. I gotta lock myself up, or lock myself out rather. Which one is it? Is this the one? Hey, there you are, Mara.
What do you want?
What the fuck's wrong with you? What do you want? I want to break you out of prison. Binge. I'll need one divine intervention scroll myself for my escape plan. Getting out will be a lot faster and safer for you if you have one. But if you don't get one for yourself, maybe you can find out some other way out. Oh, listen. Here's my plan. Give me a divine intervention scroll. I'll meet you at the secret dissident priest monastery at Holmayan. For safety, we'll travel separately. And not at all because the game programmers didn't know how to properly do this. When you get out of here, look for a woman named Blada Hateria on the east docks of Ebonheart. Tell her I sent you and want to go fishing. So you bring you to Holmayan by boat. I'll meet you there. And we get the lost prophecies from Gilvas Barello, the leader of the dissident priest, and magic conceals the Holmayan entrance. Speak to Viverana Arion, a monk at the docks of Holmayan, about the hidden entrance. Okay.
Welcome, friend. Are you the one I've heard talk about?
What? What? But we broke out of prison. Oh my god, she's got some sort of Daedric Alzheimer's. Okay, anyway, let's get out of here. Zoop! Okay, well there we go. That was my prison break, everybody. Oh, you know what? Whenever I'm in Ebonheart, this castle fucks me up. I never know how to exit it. Because I don't like to go through all the little nooks and crannies. I hate this place. I really do. I'm like, oh, down, up. You know, I'm just gonna actually do this instead. I'm gonna actually escape through this because I don't want to go through other. You know what? I have an anti-gravity belt. Well, there we go. The legend. Everything signifies. That's not English. Signifies something. Ebonheart's statue here, I'm not sure what it is. It's some sort of dragon here. I guess I can ask him about it, can't I? Is it Akatosh, perhaps? I'm not sure. I guess it could be Akatosh, because the Imperial City's all over this place, and they wanted to kind of erect a giant statue here to, like, be like, hey, by the way, you dumbass Dunmer. We're here now, so suck it down. Anyway, we need to go down to the boats here. Whoop. Alright, let's go. Alright, we're gonna go to... Wait a minute, there's a different boat, I believe.
Make it quick, Lord.
Yeah, I'm gonna go fishing. Yes, Blada, there you. Do I know you? Right, your crab salad. My friend said you want to go fishing. I know a fine place. Excellent fishing, my friend. Mira Milos, this is her favorite spot. You ready to go? I sure am. Alright. Hey, what's poppin'? I'm Viverana Arion, a monk of Holmayan. The monastery is here on this island. Take the stone pathway north from the docks and the path uphill. The entrance is hidden by a magical shield. Way to rest at the head of the path, and the portal will open at dusk and dawn only. The magical twilight hour is sacred to Azura. Mira Milo has told us of your coming. You can find the library with Master Barello. Later, I can arrange you to return to Vivek whenever you're ready. You know, I gotta be honest with you guys. I think all my life I have convinced myself that I like ham and cheese sandwiches, and I really don't. I think there's something wrong with it, but whenever I make ham and cheese sandwiches, it just tastes like bread. Like the ham could be really nice, but as soon as it combines on a sandwich in between cheese, I don't taste that ham. It's just like, well, there's something in there. It just tastes like bread, you know? Like sometimes I might do these like weird sandwiches where it's just like 2 slices of cheese and a ham in between. That's better. It's like the bread is too flavorful that it just overtakes the palate. I don't know. Hey, welcome back to Sandwich Rants with Joel. That's why you're here, right? I've heard a thing that Americans don't generally put butter on their sandwiches. Is this true? I'm not trying to start shit here, but I'm not usually. No, lies. It's true. Oh well, we got a civil war here in chat. Sorry, I was just knocking my computer to get the fan noise out. All right, well, let's see where we last left. Okay, so I'm gonna redo this part. And this stream is gonna have major spoilers. I think I mentioned that during the last time we did this, but there's a lot of stuff going on in this game right now, and all of that is about to be kind of like not spoiled, not all of it, but it's like the gist of the story is going to be completely revealed here. So if you are still watching the series and you want to catch up, then I suggest just watching some fishing streams instead, because this is pretty much where it all gets shown, you know. Hey, it's raining in real life too. Hang on. Is that dawn? There we go. Okay, hey. Neat. Game is too old to spoil. Well, some people are following the series, and I want to, you know, kind of respect that. But anyway, so we have saved Gilvas from what is, some Morrowind fan I am. What is the big meteorite that was cast into Vivek? Is it Baldur, or what is it called again? We were just there. Help. Bardu. Well, I was close. But, yeah. Anyway, let's see here. Thank you, Cobb Salad, for rescuing me. Now I'll stay here at the Holmayan with Master Barello and assist him with the monastery's library. Oh, there we go. Not much of a thank you, is it? It's more like, oh, yeah, thanks. Hang on. Your Morrowind streams on YouTube inspired me to play Morrowind for the first time, and I'm loving it so far. It is a great game. Some people are kind of a little thrown off by the age of the game, and some stuff can be a little outdated. But, you know, I think generally Morrowind, like, still holds up. I think generally, if you want to play Morrowind, you have to kind of, like, just immerse yourself into a different kind of world. This game is very outlandish in its fantasy. You know, you're not going to get your stereotypical kind of Dungeons and Dragons, kind of, like, kill the dragon stuff. It's this, like, weird mushroom island full of, like, weird politics and stuff that's just completely out there, you know. But role-playing in a game, I think, should be as unique as possible. When it's just the standard old kill the dragon stuff, you know, that has its appeal. But there's just something about Morrowind that I like. And the Final Fantasy X happens to be one of my favorite Final Fantasies, because they drew some inspiration from, like, Thailand and Indonesia for its graphics and setting. Not to discredit, like, 7, for example, because 7 is, you know, this kind of, like, techno-punk steam stuff, you know. But there's just something about, like, kind of an Eastern look to it that is just so exotic and unique. And Morrowind, I think, just looks like no other game. It has this weird blue light. It's got these mushrooms, and I'm talking shit here. But you kind of get what I mean. I like role-playing games that look unique and feel unique. So, what puts me off is how robotic the people are. I've gotten used to Oblivion and Skyrim's NPCs having their own schedules. So seeing a day cycle and no one is following me around is very strange. Well, this game is a little bit limited sometimes in the gameplay, but I think the story and the characters makes up for it. But I say this, modding this game is encouraged. And there's several mods which allows the characters to have, like, schedules and stuff like that. But it's never really bothered me, you know. But anyway, let's talk to Barello here. And again, this is the turning point in the game. If you're following the series and you're still, like, clueless, either you can start here or get spoiled, you know, but this is really where it just culminates into everything here. By the way, here are a few books from our library you might find of interest. Each gives a very different impression of Nerevar, and the real Nerevar, Nerevar Moon and Star, and Saint Nerevar. Alright, let's talk about the Nerevarine. Our interest in the Neverine used to be a matter of principle, a willingness to consider the validity of mystical insights rejected by the Temple's doctrine. Now Dagoth grows stronger while the tribunal, I keep saying that wrong, tribunal. Listen, I'm gonna get a swear jar for every time I mispronounce the tribunal. It's gonna go a little coin in that piggy bank, you know. And the return of Saint Nerevar, even if only reborn in spirit, may be our best prospect of salvation. So what do you guys do with the dissident priest, please? A significant part of the temple's hierarchy might be more inclined to accept and tolerate differences of opinion and dogma, but other parts of the temple, in particular the ordinators under Beryl Sala, claim that the threat from Red Mountain and Dagoth can only be resisted with a unified, resolute faith. The people are afraid, so they support the hard line. But if we can show ourselves able to confront Dagoth more efficiently than the ordinators, the temple and people will support us. What do you think of Dagoth? So long as the ordinators, buoyant arbiters, and tribunal, every time, man. This is rude. I don't want to distract from the reading here, but it's coming from the fact that I don't know what this word meant growing up, and it just kind of like stuck in my head ever since. Tribunal, because in Swedish we said it as tribunal because you didn't really know what it was. Tribunal, think of triangle, you know. And the tribunal can contain the blight and Dagoth creatures within the ghost fence. Faith in the temple's protective power was strong, but now travelers to settlements suffer from the blight storms and marauding monsters, and the people fear the temple is losing its ages-old battle with the devil Dagoth. Many are familiar with the two Neverine prophecies current among the Ashlangers called the Stranger and the Seven Vision. We have two other prophecies, the Lost Prophecy and the Seven Curses, that may offer additional insights into the riddles surrounding the coming of the Incarnate. Perhaps these are the Lost Prophecies that your friend Nibane Mesa told you about. We've also prepared a document for you called Kagernak's Tools. This document will explain to you, and others, the terrible secret that the temple conceals about the true history of the tribunal and the corrupt nature of their divine powers. It is to conceal this secret that the temple persecutes the Neverine, and the dissident priest This persecution must stop. We must be united against the true enemy, Dagoth, and if we are the Neverine, you must lead us against them. Alright, so this is the big old secret about this whole game or whatever. So I can either read you this in its entirety or I can summarize it, but I think I'm going to read you it because it really deserves all of it. Here we go. Beneath Red Mountain, Dwemer miners discovered a great magical stone. By diverse methods, Lord Kagernak, High Priest and the Magecraft of the ancient Dwemer, determined that his magical stone was the heart of the god Lorcan, cast here in the Dawn era as punishment for his mischief in creating the mortal world. Determined to use its divine powers to create a new god for its exclusive benefit of the Dwemer, Kagernak forged three great enchanted artifacts, which are called Kagernak's Tools. Wraithguard is an enchanted gauntlet to protect its wearer from destruction when tapping the heart's power. Sunder is an enchanted hammer to strike the heart and produce the exact volume and quality of power desired. Keating is an enchanted blade that is used to flay and focus the power that rises from the heart. When Kagernak used these tools on the heart in the Battle of Red Mountain, no one knows what happened, but the Dwemer race disappeared entirely from the mortal world. Lord Nerevar and Lord Dagoth retrieved these tools and didn't know what to do with them. Nerevar asked Dagoth to guard the tools while he went to consult with his counselors, Vivek, Almalexia, and Sotasil. He left and spoke with the three counselors, and they decided to return together to Red Mountain to decide what to do. But while Nerevar was gone, Dagoth was tempted and confused by the powers of the tools. When Nerevar and the counselors arrived, he refused to give up the tools, claiming he had sworn to Nerevar to protect them. Then Dagoth fought with Nerevar and the counselors, and was mortally wounded and driven off, and the tools were recovered. Then Nerevar and his counselors decided to take the tools for safekeeping. They all swore a great oath never to use these tools, but after Nerevar's death, Vivek, Almalexia, and Sotasil yielded to temptation. They took these tools to themselves and went to Lorcan's heart buried beneath Red Mountain, and gave themselves divine powers. But Dagoth had not died. We don't know what had happened, but this is what we believe. His experiments with Kagernak's tools had joined him into the heart's divine nature in some way, that he learned to draw power directly from the heart. We conjectured that Dagoth, driven by anger and greed, used the heart without caution and restraint, and as a result had become terribly powerful and terribly mad. But the tribunal showed great care and restraint in their use of their tools, and so they were not driven mad, and they did many good things. Nonetheless, the tribunal, too, appear to have been corrupted by the heart's power, though more subtly. Kagernak's tools are cursed. Stealing the power from the heart of a god is a terrible folly, and fated to disaster. The tribunal is losing its battle to control the power of the heart. They're sustained by the same power that drives Dagothur mad. They grow weak and cannot protect us from Dagothur. But even if they could, would we be wise to worship gods such as these? They conceal the truth from us out of shame. They persecute the Neverine and the dissident priests out of shame, when they should be welcoming them and enlisting their aid against Dagothur. The tribunal have done much good for Morrowind and the Dunmer, but they succumbed to the temptation of Kagranak's tools. And though these tools once may have seemed the instruments of salvation, they must be seen as the instruments of doom. So, I summarized this. There's a lot of flavor text you can read about all this, but I'll summarize this really quickly, and if I get this wrong, please feel free to correct me on this, but back in the day, I don't know how many years this was long ago in the game, but, you know, I am Nerevar. I am Nerevar Reborn. You know, I am the Neverine. The dwarfs of this game, I'll make this really simple if you don't catch all of this. The dwarfs of this game, the Dwemer, were these godless heathens that believed in technology. The people that ruled this island, you know, you got Vivek, you got Nerevar, you know, they fought against the dwarfs. There was a great war that happened here, right? Because, well, technology bad, right? This all culminated in what we just read about. Essentially, what happened was they got too close to godhood. They fucked with technology so bad, you know, these tools that they found, that you know, they wrote themselves out of history essentially. And these tools were so powerful. These were like the essence of a god, the stone that these crafted these tools out of, right? That one of the well, not one of them, 4 of them. You know, you got Sotasil, Almalexia, Nerevar, and Dagothur. You know, when the Dwemer were gone, the dwarves essentially, they were like, what do we do with these things that we were like waging a war against? And they just said, well, let's not fuck with them. Let's just leave it as is. And they couldn't. So they made themselves gods. And that's why Vivek here he's not really a god. They are gods, but they are essentially not really gods. They are, but not really. But anyway, about what's going on here. They've defeated Dagothur in the past and all that, but he's becoming stronger and stronger because he can't really die, because he's, you know, they're all demigods, and he's not going to die as long as he's got a piece of these tools as well. They don't really have these tools, and they have to go to this place every time to recharge their demigodness, which is kind of like a battery recharge, but he keeps getting stronger, so they're kind of getting kicked out every time, and that's why these guys are losing power. Now, Dagothur is growing stronger every time, and that's why he's sending out these blight diseases all across this island. What that results in is that these sleepers are awakening. It's kind of like a Cthulhu thing, where they're having dreams about him. I had dreams about Dagothur, and yeah, it's becoming a big problem, because slowly everyone's just kind of being drawn to Dagothur here. But you know, that's the story essentially. And me being Nerevar, you know, Dagothur and I used to be friends, you know, but he was just driven too mad by these powers. And when we actually meet Dagothur, he's not like a, you know, cigar-smoking villain. He's like, old friend, I see you've returned. But Vivek himself, for example, he persecutes anything about the Neverine. In fact, there's been many Neverines across Morrowind claiming to be essentially Jesus, but they've all failed, you know, and it's kind of really blasphemy to imply anything about, you know, Vivek not being as godly as he is, because he has powers, but still. Anyway, if I messed that story up, if I messed up the summarization of what happened here, I truly apologize. I'm not that like, I know every detail here, but I think that is pretty close to it. I gotta get a drink, by the way. I'm really like fucked up.